Yes, guys, so we have finally made it to another one, a second reaction video on this YouTube platform. The very first one will be on the Mr. Licks reaction, guys. That link will be in the first comment in the comment box below, guys. I'm about Mr. Licks. Welcome to this here Brbptv YouTube platform, brothers and sisters. Definitely don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That'll help the algorithm to push the videos further and further. And of course, with that said, guys, let us get into the vibrations for today right there. Now, guys, I actually posted this some time back, and I was talking about the racism. I actually mentioned something on the basis of a particular individual, and of course I want you guys to listen to this right there.
In Jesus' name, I see 2 to 3 deaths of high ranking business people in Dominica.
Now, guys, when this individual made this statement was made somewhere around May of 2023, and everything that he made claim on the individuals passing away came true.
Before the year 2023 is over, 2 to 3 deaths, 1 heart attack.
No, that was the question I asked you guys in the previous reaction video when I was talking about that the pastors preaching about the prophesying of individuals passing away, brothers and sisters. I was asking, was she the one who got heart attack, because I did not get the information, and then bow, brothers and sisters, it came to my attention that yes, she was indeed the one.
Good morning to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. Yesterday, regional media and international media carried the news headline that the former director of the Pan American Health Organization, Dr. Carissa Etienne, had suffered a massive heart attack as a result.
Now, guys, you know I cannot see exactly why, but it made this sentiment, or it's alleged that it was based off what you're reading right there. YouTube gets funny when I say certain things when it comes down to the situation. So you guys can pretty much read as a result of what could have caused it. She was indeed, based off what the Bajan individual was saying, that was caused it. And of course, the preacher man was speaking about 2 prominent Dominicans, or 2 to 3 prominent Dominicans. And of course, he stated the heart attack was one, which was this one. And of course, the passing away of an individual as a result of pelleted wound. He indicated some sort of robbery thing before, but I guess that's human nature. We don't figure out the full thing, but he was indeed right by another prominent business individual who got pelleted. And of course, it was not just him, but also his wife, and of course being brought to a river, and the vehicle was burnt up. The individuals who apparently are CBI individuals, these folks are under arrest. Of course, there was the indication that there was some sort of hitman involved in that. Of course, there was some sort of dispute between these individuals for land, brothers and sisters, for land, to let individuals pass, and then other individuals who knew about the situation were also giving their input, saying that the individual who is in custody, Jonathan, whatever is his last name, he was always angry with people passing on his land. But there needs to be a right of way, and apparently that right of way, or the public access to other properties behind him, he did not want people to pass there. But based on the court, that was the decision of the court, the road was a public road, even though it's passing on his estate, but you have to give people right of way to end up going to different places, especially if the property is at the back of yours. It's one of the things that we're trying to find out but then again, when you have individuals who don't care and think that the world revolves around them, then different situations like this will happen. So instead of trying to solve it, even though the court solved the issues, stating that yes, there's a right of way and needs a right of way, he decided to take it upon himself. It's alleged he decided to take upon himself and bring some sort of hitman from the United States, based on the stories I'm getting, to then try to take out the individuals who think that that's going to solve the problem. Brothers and sisters, this is what you call making decisions based on your feelings, not logic. So if you're making decisions, oh, I don't like these people passing on my land, and if they need to pass on my land, I'm going to end them. But logically, you should think, okay, after I do this, what's next? Am I going to be blamed for this? If I'm going to be blamed for this, then what is the course of action that's going to happen to me that will render me, even though I don't want these people passing on my land? And you might end up, either they taking you out of this world, or they put you in jail for a certain amount of years. Donkey years, maybe the rest of your life. And you don't think this thing through. This is why I always encourage individuals to always think things through thoroughly, not just based off your feelings. Anyways, brothers and sisters, I don't want to stay long on this one right there, but I'm just indicating that yes, she was indeed the other one who passed away as a result of what the pastor was saying, heart attack, and of course, pelleted through the other individual right there. Now, brothers and sisters, there was some sort of other situation that seems to be taking place. Earlier this morning, News brought out saying developing story on Bath Estate Road or Bath Road. Stay tuned for further updates, and of course we got the updates. Carrie, of course, indicated extending condolences to the family and friends of Tariq Senville, who passed due to self-inflicted injuries. Brothers and sisters, it's interesting right there. Was it really self-inflicted? But we don't know. But based off what the report is, that is what it indicated. Was there any squabble? But I guess the autopsy would reveal if there was some sort of squabble and he actually was the one who did this to himself. It's very sad, brothers and sisters. It's very, very sad what is going on right there. These are the individuals gathered in the Bath Road area, and of course this was the individual being carried out. Sympathies goes out to his family and friends. Now, brothers and sisters, you might be saying, but why would he do this to himself? Why would he do such a thing to himself? This is actually the individual right there who was a scout member, I think. This looks like scout clothes. He was definitely a scout member, or one of the members of a public group. This looks like scout right there. If I'm wrong, you guys can let me know in that regard. It's very unfortunate that this happened. What exactly was the reason why? If that was the case, self-inflictions, what would have caused that to happen? And individuals were speculating and saying there was a number of things, and of course said that the individual was actually a part of a certain circumstance not in favor for himself, and of course he actually tried to do some allegedly tried to do some, or he was actually fined for theft from foreign nationals. Tariq Senville fined for theft from foreign nationals right there. And I know, and you might say this is a young man, trying to make it in the nature of the Caribbean. Scouts, brothers and sisters, they tend to teach you discipline and all those kind of things, but it doesn't matter. And when you look at the whole dynamic of things, guys, you always say, oh, that person raised in a nice family, how that person end up that way though? Brothers and sisters, sometimes circumstances, additional circumstances. In psychology, there's something called the internal factor. The internal factor of influence, and there's the external factor. You have your family and friends, and you have your internal factor as well. Brothers and sisters, how you might deal with something, another person might not deal with the same thing that you're dealing with the same way, because we are made differently, brothers and sisters. There's also the weak-minded individuals of society. If you understand the scope of things, you have based off, I'm going too far, brothers. No, let me break it down for you. Brothers and sisters, you have natural selection taking place, where natural selection weed out the weak, but humans have be able to help others who are weak, to be able to survive. And as a result of trying to survive, brothers and sisters, you still have all the other factors. So some people might be stronger in their minds, while others might be weaker in their minds in certain circumstances, even though it might be the same sort of circumstance. So this individual may have decided, you know what, guys, I cannot take the pressure. And decided to go and do things, and more pressure was mounted on him even with this thing, because he was fined as a result of what he was alleged to have done, and he was fined to do what he did right there. I'm not saying that what he did was a good thing, brothers and sisters, but sometimes you have to understand cause and effect. Cause and effect is vital to understanding human cognition, brothers and sisters. And this is why when you have these kind of circumstances, you have to wonder, why exactly would he do such a thing? He come out of scouts, hey, discipline and all those things. Maybe that has been dropping, I don't know. But brothers and sisters, an individual actually made a statement right there. We have to face reality, this individual saying, Dominica economy so badly off right now that not even that is selling, because everyone, I'm not saying to cancel, brothers and sisters, but if that is the case, not even that is selling, brothers and sisters, because everyone trying to sell that apparently. Them man, they sit down Clay Harbor trying to make ends meet because things hard on them. But there's something else. For you to be selling the substances, and you checking, boy, that not selling this street again. Let me go work Clay Harbor. And you there unsigned and getting blows from American people on the phone. But I'm not laughing. That's not a laughing matter at all. But it just, you know, them man checking, boy, I can't sell that. I have to go clear and sit down and take blues from from people in America for Comcast and what have you. Anyways, most man end up blazing the half of their profits in any case, and so many middlemen to pay you can never see your way in the game. If you're not already at the top, look, they go and seize 300 keys last month. That is what the individual was saying. He's just saying things so hard, not even that the substances are able to sell. That is rather interesting. Anyways, he also made the statement, and yes, I blame the government for making people in Dominica lives so hard with their ridiculous policies and taxes. Yes. Right now, brothers and sisters, they're trying their best to see how they can put taxes in different places because there's not much surplus coming to Dominica. If there's not much surplus, life must continue. How does life continue? Tax the very people that you're supposed to be helping. Don't be surprised if VAT go up. Okay, VAT 15%. Don't be surprised if VAT go up, brothers and sisters. That's something I think we need to look at right there. Anyways, bills in Dominica more than salary. Yes, I know some people just live in there. You thank God at least two people come together, man, and they just come together in a family unit and they share in, and you know, that's always a good thing why unions are important, brothers and sisters. Man and woman, husband and wife come together in a unit and are able to, you know, sustain and bring off the little ones, so hopefully they can send them out of Dominica for school. Anyways, if you don't have a side hustle, you will feel more pressure on you, brothers and sisters. So you are overworking yourself to do a side hustle. You do your main hustle and you have your side hustle, overworking yourself when you're supposed to be relaxing. Some people have to be working donkey hours, brothers and sisters, working like donkey and mule without even getting adequate pay for it. But they have to do it because that's what adulting is. If you don't do it, who's going to do it for you? Your mother and your father are not going to do it for you, no, brothers and sisters. You have to do it for yourself. Anyways, we cannot hide from the fact Dominicans are frustrated. Indeed, they are frustrated. Those of us with a strong mind, I just indicated about strong mind right there, keep fighting each day. You know, that is that natural selection. We don't let natural selection win. It be your own family and friends that cause your head to go off sometimes when they don't understand what you're doing. Hey, why you don't do this? Why you don't do that? You're still trying to cope and they just they bludgeon in your head. The government give you stress, family give you stress, friends they're not there. Sometimes they're not even there to talk to because they themselves feeling the blunt of the very thing that you're going to. Ah, brothers and sisters, I myself could have given up on life when I was jobless and homeless. Pray, people, ask God to manifest the way. Indeed, brothers and sisters, we always know who to go to when things are bad. But the question is, do you know who to go to when things are good? Or do you give thanks? No, brothers and sisters, there was another individual who had a statement to make right there in that regard.
Rest in peace to the young man whose pipe got ruptured. They say it is not so. It's just another ruptured pipe due to circumstances and unfairness in a system. The medical term for that is called depression.
Now, there's a number of persons, and I mentioned this some time back, brothers and sisters, talking about a number of individuals suffering in silence. There are a number of individuals who are literally suffering in silence and refuse to do anything about anything about what they're suffering from, and they come to light in the public and say, oh, everything is fine and dandy. I was just talking in a group a while ago, and the individuals were making it seem as if, oh, you the United Workers Party, they have been gone for 23 years. They're still talking about them as if they are the ones to blame for the chaos that is happening at present in the country. I don't understand how people just think. But, you know, humans are humans at the end of the day. And that is why humans are indeed in need of grace. That is a hard pill to swallow, but it's true. We are all in need of grace, Father. But he made something very important. He made a statement right there, brothers and sisters, and I have to point it out right there. I think that was a philosophical statement.
Where there is a consistent sequence of events.
Where there is a consistent sequence. Where there is a consistent, continuous sequence. Happenings of events.
Coincidence
is absent. Coincidence is absent. Oh, that is coincidence. Coincidence that happening, man. No, brothers and sisters. No, brothers and sisters. When there's a consistent sequencing of events, brothers and sisters, and you see the outcome is always the same. They always made a statement and stated that Einstein stated that insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. We put the same set of people there over and over, hoping for a different result, when the evidence has been placed before us for 23 years, consistently. Brothers and sisters, this is not the first time we hear about a young person absenting his life. This is not the first time we're hearing these kind of things. I know 2 individuals who have gone from Dominica. When I say gone, they remains are here, brothers and sisters. But they are no longer in the land of the living. 2 of them. And there are multiple others. There's a woman and a few others I have heard of over the news for the spirit of time, where individuals are taking their own lives because why? They are not able to cope. Sometimes individuals only have somebody they can confide in. Brothers and sisters, my Mr. Lick's family, those of all you my WhatsApp, all you know, I'm always there, brothers and sisters. And my folks, sometimes I always say, come and check me. If you have to talk, come and check me. WhatsApp me, man. I want all you to believe in and making the best out of life, even though life sometimes feels like it doesn't want to give you any break. But talk to me now, man. Talk to me. I want all you to believe in, brothers and sisters, when it comes on to this situation. Let me bring that back again, brothers and sisters, so you can get the understanding.
Where there is a consistent
sequence of
events.
Coincidence
is absent.
Very interesting. Right there. Moving along, brothers and sisters. I have to move because this reaction might be very, very long. Being a woman in Dominica is hard, but being a man in Dominica is even harder. Society tends to protect women a bit. In Dominica, protects women, doesn't protect women like it protects women in the bigger countries, but there's a level of protection for women right there. We look to men to be strong and be leaders, be providers in a country where there is no progress at all. And those that seem to be progressing are doing it illegally. I know a number of individuals that have progressed illegally, brothers and sisters. And I always think when I understood how New York was operating based off the hindrances that some of the folks have, especially in the ghetto. And I realize I see some of it in Dominica. And I say, boy, circumstances make things happen. When you don't see your way forward. And he's saying, boy, let me go and work Clear Harbor and Blaze. And guys, I think that would be the best option. But some of the individuals who make the risks, have take risks, and have built their houses and stuff as a result of risks, brothers and sisters. I understand it. Doesn't mean it's right. I understand it. Some of them left the game after they were able to do what they have to do, and then they continued doing, went into other things. So they made it, they took the risk and, developed their little shack here and there and buy a land here and there, little vehicle here and there, little bike, whoop, whoop. And brothers and sisters, they within the economy that has been created to go against the people. The economy is not for the people, brothers and sisters. The economy is for the people at the top. This is why they increase in taxes and all sorts of things on your behalf. One of the things I must make mention, brothers and sisters, I'm happy that the gas prices went down today. It's the 4th. Yes, I had to show this thing. I don't know where the thing went, but gas prices went down to about $13 and something, which is a good thing. So kudos to. But I must make mention of this, brothers and sisters. If there was no sort of changes on the basis of why gas prices went down, don't you think that when gas prices was $16, $17, no changes has been made as a result of this to say, oh, gas prices went down on the oil rig, so we're bringing it down? No, brothers and sisters, gas prices around the Caribbean has been the same. The only one that has drastically changed, brothers and sisters, is Dominica, which means that when we were paying high prices for gas, that says that the government or whoever is in charge of putting prices on gas, they were doing something to the people that was not right. What else has changed as a result for the gas prices to drop drastically so? It has dropped by $3 or even $4, brothers and sisters. So what changed why gas prices dropped significantly? The war in Ukraine stopped? What exactly happened, brothers and sisters? There's more. Look, Israel, boy, I tell you. And people don't seem to see these things. They just, gas price go down, yay. But does that mean that the government was siphoning money out of you? when gas prices should have been at prices for a long time now. But they realize, hey, people want gas to go up and down, so they need to, you know. A big question I must also ask, and I think I'll do a reaction on that tomorrow, you know, guys. I'll do a reaction on that tomorrow, brothers. Let's continue right there. Of course, things are I didn't finish read this right here. Let me start from the beginning. Being a woman in Dominica, hard. But being a man in Dominica is even harder. We look to men to be strong, be leaders, be providers in a country where there is no progress, and those that seem to be progressing are doing it illegally. What is a man supposed to do? Fellas, hold all your head up. And if you have to leave DA to save yourself, then fling 2 stones behind your back and never watch back, brothers and sisters. I always encourage individuals to leave Dominica. It's not that I'm happy to say this, because I know a number of persons from overseas tend to watch my videos. Mr. Lex, what's going on, Dominica? We want to come through. But you come in to visit. There's a difference between visiting and living Dominica. Even Dominicans who live Dominicans all their life, wondering how Dominicans surviving today when they left Dominica. They seen the difference, even though they're making more money than they would ever make in Dominica. Probably 1-2 months of their salary overseas. I'm covering their whole salary for it. I remember when I was doing music in the United States for 3 weeks, brothers and sisters, 3 weeks. I covered my entire yearly salary, my basic yearly salary without overtime and stuff, for 3 weeks. yeah. Boy, this is one of the reasons that gave me the spark to understand currency. But brothers and sisters, on the basis of this same sentiment right there, I always encourage individuals to leave. You don't have to go to the United States. You don't have to go UK. Well, you can go UK. But you don't have to go France and all the other places. You can go to St. Lucia. You know, utilize your talents. I know a number of places. St. Kitts, Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, brothers and sisters. I never would ever in my life I would mention St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But Dominica is doing so bad that even going St. Vincent and the Grenadines is a better off area. I know individuals that went down to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They're in St. Vincent and the Grenadines doing better. But you know, when Dominica doesn't work for you, brothers and sisters, don't just constantly hurt yourself. Life is too short to be hurting yourself on the backs when you can actually do better if you leave. It's sad to say that Dominicans need to leave their own country to find betterment. But it has to be done if it has to be done. And get another passport to where 2025 coming very soon. Anyways, General Manager of Domlek actually mentioned this some time back, but apparently, when it was mentioned about a time back, apparently it was maybe this speculation, or she made the move and went back, or there was something of that sort. But apparently this one came back to say that the Domlek General Manager has tendered her resignation right there. I remember when she was making this statement right there.
The country needs additional generation.
It needs additional generation. She's the general manager, so she knows what the country would need when it comes down to the viability factor of providing electricity for Dominica. Apparently, the government decided they're going to get backup generators that they rent to Domlek. I mean, probably that's why she left. That was the final straw for her, maybe.
Customers would complain about the price of electricity before. But
we wouldn't complain about the price of electricity to the time when Scary them took over Domlek. The government of Dominica took over Domlek. Because remember, when the Dominica government took over Domlek, sky prices went through the roof.
I would always say, I can count on Domlek. Now they're saying to me that your reliability has gone down the drain.
And you know it's true.
And they're correct.
Yeah. It's interesting. Fabian Joseph Jr. made a statement, or I think this is on Facebook. Dominica General Manager says, we are correct when we say Domlek reliability has gone down to the drains, to the labas, brothers and sisters. She did not say it was since the government acquired Domlek. But we all know the vibes already. Yes, we all know the vibes already. Sometimes people just want to protect their jobs and stuff. They don't want to say much. Just like remember the guy on the whole light incident. Doesn't want to say much. But you know, we all know the vibes already. Open your eyes, Dominicans. The government Kool-Aid Domlek. But at least in this day and age, I find the what do you call that again? Load shedding has diminished. I'm guessing because of the backup generators that the government is getting paid for renting to Domlek, from my understanding. I guess because of that. But how? I mean, Christmas coming, we're in December. They need light for them to light up the stadium, their Christmas village, and so forth and so forth. Not true. So we'll see how long that lasts, brothers and sisters. And of course, it's very sad, but that is what is happening in Dominica. Now, guys, on the basis of what I'm talking about, difficulties in Dominica, I remember a particular individual I knew very well. I used to talk to him all the time, and he used to mention, boy, Miss Felix, boy, things are not the same, man. Things are not the same. People think it's easy. It's not easy. Things are not the same. And we have Lofty here is going to talk about that sentiment right there of none other than Mr. Ronald Astaphans.
And so Tuesday morning, a number of calls were made to Ronald, no answer. And so persons who knew Ronald very well said, no, that is not the Ronald we knew. One gentleman, I'm being told, basically went up to the home to, sort of see what's up or what's not.
Mm-hmm.
When he went to the home, he said that the vehicle that Ronald drove was parked like normal in the garage, same position as a custom. Nothing looked out of order from the outside. Everything was, A-OK. A number of calls were made, a number of knocks on the front door was locked, and no answer from Ronald.
Brothers and sisters, this is why it is always a good thing for individuals to check upon individuals. If you have some good people on your side, brothers and sisters, that's always a good thing. That's always a good thing where individuals can check upon you. Say hello, say, hey, what's up? Hey, you're alive? No, thank God you're alive. I myself, I know I need to work on that. Because sometimes I'm always busy, sometimes doing different things, trying to organize certain things that I just tend to forget. Sometimes people messaging me and a whole 2, 3, 4 days passing, and then I message, I'm sorry. Brothers and sisters, you have to forgive me on that one. I need to do better. For 2024, I need to do better in that regard as well. But reaching out to individuals, talking to them and saying, hey, what's up? Hey, you want to go down, take a chill, or let's go on the beach and you don't have to spend money. Hey, what you doing? Let's take a walk down, man. Memory lane and revisit. Hey, we used to play Nimang cricket and all. Just check up on your people, man, to ensure that they're okay. Ronald definitely had this. The people would check up on him. Hey, Ronald, what's going on? How you doing? Blah, 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 and so forth and so forth. What about you? Do you have people who you can confide in? If not, then you need to develop that, because sometimes we're waiting for people as if we that kings and queens for people to check us. We don't message people. We need to check up on people and say, hey, what's up? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Message and find out what's the word. Thank God for WhatsApp, where you're seeing people different stories. So when they're making things, you say, hey, what's up, blah, blah. You have a little conversation about their stories and things. At least, that is something, But we need to have that camaraderie. You need to have that vibes. He had it. It's very unfortunate that I'm guessing he was not able to talk to anybody on the basis of what he was truly going on, and decided to, based off what I understood, and decided to end it himself. It's very sad. I knew this man, talking to this man about Dominica. Hard boy. Oh boy.
That gentleman, being a wrong Ronald for some time, basically went to take a ladder. I'm being told position that ladder on the side of Ronald's bedroom area, and he saw Ronald on his bed from that vantage point, from that window area, but no response. He called him, no response. And so in his mind at the time,
that would be a shocker. Because you're calling the person, hey bro, what's going on? The person not responding. My goodness gracious. That is something else.
He basically thought that, this brother was just sick or something, happened. And so he went in search for help. The entire house was locked down. which a number of persons who knew Ronald very well said that that wasn't Ronald. There was this particular door, it has been told, that he would usually keep open
just in case.
90% of the times. That door was locked. And so, you know,
probably decided, hey guys, I'm giving up, and man, guys, man,
sort of a red flag was raised from there. So this brother, I'm being told, went in search of help, and help came. They actually had to go through that front door by bursting it open, because that front door was locked. That front door was locked. They are now in the house, I'm being told, after bursting that lock, that front door. They are now into the dwelling. The room door as well was locked, I'm being told.
It sounds like something fishy probably happened for really. Because if that's not a part, you know, that's not his normal thing, his custom way of doing things, I don't know. It songs on both sides too. If he's not accustomed of locking the door so people can come in, you know, whatnot. Maybe if somebody was inside there, decided locking up the door so people can't come in, lock everything and go. That could be one. Or it could just be him saying, you know what, guys, I cannot do it anymore. And understanding Ronald, speaking to him, I'm hearing this kind of sentiment, bro. I'm just trying to stay afloat, bro, man. So maybe it's like, man, I can't do it anymore. Close all the doors and locked out the entire world, and you know, I don't know.
But luckily, the room door, they did not have to burst that room door, because at least someone, I'm being told, you know, knew at least where a spare key was placed by Ronald, just in case that room door would have locked inadvertently.
Okay, so that
and so that brother or that person, I'm being told, took that spare key and opened that door.
Inside.
And voila. The sight on that bed basically shocked everybody that was there at the time. Here it is. A brother that was full of life,
boy,
was now laying
lifeless. And he cool too. He cool guy. We cool boy. It reminds me of Raymond, man. That's one of the reasons why I could always vibes with him and whatnot. Raymond was also Raymond Astaphans passed away as a result of an accident. I actually knew the girl. Me and the girl went to the same school. Met her in Dominica again, and when she saw me, I was like, man, I don't know. Bye.
And so that sight sent shockwaves among everybody,
yeah, boy,
who were there at the time. And so the police were called in. Police came, started the investigation, and persons who were there on the scene basically said that they saw the body now on the bed, and there was a pillow across Ronald's chest, I'm being told. And his pistol, or a pistol, let me say that correctly, a pistol, and a jacket for that pistol was on the right side of Ronald's bed, where he laid in that bed, lifeless. Upon further scrutiny of that body, that lifeless body, it was clear that at least a shot, a bullet hole, a bullet went through that pillow that laid across his chest. And that bullet hole, I'm being told from very reliable sources, because I like to get my sources spot on, people. That bullet hole, it is said, was directly just above Ronald's sternum area. For those of you who are biologically inclined, you will know exactly where that part of your body is. Just above your breast area, right in the center, right above, right there, in the sternum area. And that bullet, I'm being told, did not go through the body. It is believed that it was lodged in the body. A number of reasons, a number of factors maybe can be attributed to that. But during investigations, a lot of blood in the back area now of Ronald was or could be visibly seen. There are a number of speculations out there as to how Ronald came to his demise, but it is not me to come to that conclusion. I can only tell you or bring you the facts of the matter.
The question I want to ask though, well, I think they will have to try to figure out if he was the one who held it or was there somebody else who held it. Where did they notice the pistol? Where was the pistol located? In what position? Because even if you do this, remember, it's not a head thing. That you do this, that person will still be alive on the basis of still be alive, because your life is draining from you. So you can still be able to move and still let go of the stuff and whatever, brothers and sisters. I don't want to picture these things, but you know, just looking at the whole factor right there. The doors were locked. That's not normal. I'm just saying it could be on both sides. But if there's a pillow on top of him, maybe he did it or somebody could have done it. There's both factors. There's both factors right there, brothers and sisters. Maybe you were sleeping, somebody came, bap, bap, bap. Who knows? Hopefully, was there any sort of struggle? I know sometimes if you're trying to protect yourself, you end up in a fetal position. So I don't know. Anyways, let me leave that alone. Let's continue.
As to just how it went down, based on factual accounts of persons who were there on the scene at the time, in terms of that investigation. So your guess now is as good as mine as to what really and truly transpired at his home. I am not the one to make that call.
Are there any cameras around the vicinity? I know certain places tend to have cameras. Was there somebody going in and out? Is there, you know, that would be a good thing if there are cameras.
Let the authorities do the work and let them come up with, you know, the rationale or the answer or the answers, what may have happened on that very unfortunate night.
Was Ronald owing anybody money, or was there I don't know.
There are a number of other circumstances that surround Ronald the businessman, and if you guys listen to him and his utterances on Fudina's program. I think that is the last public utterance that he made.
But he said in the video that he was doing better. He basically, but sometimes brothers and sisters, but just because people say they're doing better doesn't mean they're doing better, you know. Could just be an act of self comfort. You know, I'm doing better, guys. I know I went through this, but I'm doing better. It could just be some act of self comfort or trying to comfort oneself. That's so psychological, anyways.
You guys, maybe there are a number of sorry, I was just getting the feedback. There were a number of utterances that he made, and you guys can deduce a lot of stuff from the comments that he made. But suffice to say, people, Ronald was under a lot of pressure.
Oh yes.
A lot of pressure.
Oh yes.
A matter of fact, the closing of Guyav restaurant basically, I think, dealt him a blow.
Yeah, boy.
And so when he had to take that not so good decision by closing a household name in Dominique,
a famous spot, to close down a famous spot, guys. You know how difficult that is?
then I can tell you that wasn't the best of decisions that he wanted to take, but he had no choice. And again, there are a number of circumstances that surrounded that situation, and if he was there to tell the story or retell the story, then you'd be hearing it from him as well. So folks, I think there's much more in the tank that I can say, but I choose not to say because I know it is a very
sensitive topic,
ticklish situation with the death of Ronald. I know some persons out there, you may have your own assumption, you may have your own, perspective on things, and so it is all well and good. But I normally like to stick with the facts of any matter, and so I think factually that is all I can say for now. If I have to say any other thing in moving forward with Ronald.
Anyways, guys, but I'm just thinking of both. When he was talking, I was thinking of both the incident of the boy and the incident of Ronald. It's still a high possibility that somebody else could have done these things to these people. It's a huge possibility, and that person maybe is an expert and leaves. But what would be the motive? There's always a motive factor. What? Why? That's why I asked the question, was Ronald owing any money to any individual? What exactly was going on behind? Sometimes when you're trying your best to do things, desperate times calls for desperate measures. Did he do anything desperate? Or he just couldn't cope with what was happening when it comes on the economy of Dominica? I know for a fact that he felt the blow. He told me a lot of things, guys. He told me a lot of things, so I know. Anyways, guys, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. These are just my thoughts. Definitely check out the previous reaction I did today on the Mr. X reaction, guys. That link will be in the first comment in the comment box below, guys. Give this video a thumbs up. Would appreciate that right there. Give a thumbs up for Lofty as well. Big up Lofty one time for definitely doing his thing. And of course, guys, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. With that said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video, guys. Remember, guys, be real, be positive.